Good morning, students. I hope you all are well and safe at home.
Now we are going to discuss functions of money. Children, money has many important functions to perform. These functions may be classified as primary functions, secondary functions, contingent functions, and static and dynamic functions. Let's we see clearly about these functions. Firstly, primary functions of money. The primary functions of money are really the technical and important functions of money. They are of two types. One is medium of exchange, another one is measure of value. In primary functions, first one is medium of exchange. Medium of exchange. Money serves as a medium of exchange. It removes the inconveniences of the barter system in which exchange of goods was possible if there was double coincidence of funds. But money facilitates exchange of commodities without double coincidence of funds. Any commodity can be exchanged for money. People can exchange goods and services through the medium of money. Children, under the barter system, the buyer and the seller they are get some of the problem. They face lack of coincidence of wants. But nowadays we are exchanged through a medium of money. We won't get such a problems. The second primary function is measure of value. Money serves as a measure of the value of goods and services. As a common measure of value, it has removed the difficulty of the barter system and has made transactions simple and easy. The value of each commodity is expressed in the unit of money. We call it the price. In view of the function of money, the values of different commodities can be expressed differently and can be determined easily. Money has three secondary functions which are stated here under. First is store of value, second standard of deferred payments, third transfer of money. Store of value. The value of commodities and services can be stored in the form of money. Certain commodities are perishable. If they are exchanged for money before they perished, their value can be preserved in the form of money. Otherwise, they perish and their value is lost forever. Even in the case of durable commodities, their value may diminish over a period of time, but their value can be stored without any decline in the form of money by exchanging them for money. The second secondary function of money is standard of deferred payments. Money serves as a standard of deferred payments. In modern economies, most of the business transactions take place in the form of credit. An individual consumer or a business person may now purchase a commodity and pay for it in future, as this makes it possible to express future payments in terms of money. This is the standard of deferred payments. For example, one can borrow certain amount of money from money lender now and he want to repay it in future. This is another example of standard of deferred payments. It is not possible in barter system. The third secondary function of money is transfer of money. Money can be easily transferred from one person to another person at any time and from any place. Students, up to now, you understand clearly primary functions and secondary functions of money. Contingent functions of money. Besides the primary and secondary functions, money has certain contingent functions also. They may be stated as here under. First one, measurement and distribution of national income. National income of a country can be measured in money by aggregating the value of all commodities during a year. This is not possible in a barter system. Similarly, national income can be distributed to different factors of production by making payments to them in money in the form of rents, wages, interest, and profits. Money equalizes marginal utilities, productivities. The consumer can equalize the marginal utilities of different commodities purchased by her or him with the help of money. The producer can equalize the marginal productivities of different factors of production with the help of money. Students, now third contingent function is basis of credit. Credit is created by commercial banks from out of primary deposits of money. The supply of credit in an economy is dependent on the supply of nominal money. It is not possible to create credit if there is no reserve money. Students, you know very well liquidity. Liquidity is one of the contingent function. Money is the most important liquid asset. It has got ready purchasing power. In terms of liquidity, it is superior to all other assets. Money is 100% liquid. For example, land and buildings. Last functions are static and dynamic functions of money. Firstly, static functions. These static functions are, we have already learned that medium of exchange, measure of value, store of value, and standard of deferred payments are the static functions called by Paul Insing. Now, dynamic functions of money. The functions of money which influences output, consumption, distribution and the general price level are known as dynamic functions. They make the entire economy into dynamic. Children, up to now you understood clearly what are the functions of money. Thank you, children.